At 6:42 a.m., the ocean is calm but restless. A thin layer of mist sits low on the waves. Far from land, where no one should be, a boat appears. Not a ship, not a fishing vessel. A small fiberglass skiff, tearing across the water like it has somewhere urgent to be. 5 men are crammed inside. Their boat is stripped bare. No flag, no registration, no identification. Just jerry cans of fuel, an old outboard engine, and a ladder they plan to use to climb onto someone else's ship. They grip their rifles tight. These are not fishermen. They are hunting. From a distance, they think they've spotted a slow cargo ship. Easy money. The kind that usually surrenders without a fight. What they don't know is that they are charging straight toward a United States Navy destroyer. From their angle, the gun mounts look like containers. The radar dome looks like a storage module. The helicopter bay blends into the hull. They see weakness. They expect fear. What they are really looking at is 9,000 tons of steel, discipline, and trained American crew. And every camera on that destroyer is already locked onto them. No warnings, no panic, just silence. Inside the bridge, a voice speaks into comms. Bridge to CIC, fast-moving surface contact, bearing 101.8, CPA under 3 nautical miles. Down in the Combat Information Center, sailors are already tracking the skiff. They don't need radar. They can see the boat through high-resolution electro-optical lenses. 5 men, weapons visible. No fishing gear, no nets, no vests. Intent is clear. Rules of engagement initiate. Observe, track, de-escalate unless forced. The officer of the deck keeps his voice low and controlled. Maintain course. Let them show intent. The destroyer shifts its heading just 5 degrees, barely noticeable, but enough to give the ship control of the closing angle. The Navy doesn't flinch. They let the threat come closer, because restraint is power. But then something changes. 2 more skiffs appear on the edge of the camera feed. 3 boats. This is no mistake. It's a coordinated pirate swarm. The crew says nothing, but every eye sharpens. Every heartbeat steadies. Someone finally breaks the silence. They think we're a freighter. Another responds without looking away from the screen. They're about to learn. The order is given. Calm. Absolute. Launch the Seahawk. Within seconds, the helicopter lifts into the sky. It climbs fast, slicing through the morning air. From above, the truth becomes undeniable. Weapons, boarding ladder, tight coordinating movement. The Seahawk locks onto the lead skiff with its spotlight. A blinding white circle locks onto the operator. He blocks the light, frustrated. One man waves his arms, signaling something between panic and anger. The destroyer remains silent. Still no weapons raised. Still no aggression. Presence is the weapon. The skiff keeps coming. Now 1.5 nautical miles. Then 1.2. Time to intercept. 3 minutes. The Navy shifts from patient to unignorable. A long-range acoustic device activates. A piercing sound blasts a focused beam toward the skiff. The men on board wince, stumble, grab onto whatever they can to stay upright. Still no shots fired. Then a brilliant green laser pulses across the deck of the skiff. A final warning. Not a threat, but a message. This is your last decision. Choose wisely. The skiff hesitates. The engine sputters. The bow drops. One man raises both hands in surrender. The other 2 skiffs begin to peel away, choosing distance instead of pride. The destroyer never fires a round. Not a single sailor shouts. They simply stand in place and wait. By 7:04 a.m., all 3 skiffs are retreating. Engines smoking, plans ruined, confidence crushed. The Navy logs every moment: audio, thermal imaging, radar tracks, everything recorded. If anyone questions why the destroyer acted the way it did, the Navy doesn't argue. They play the recording. Because to the Navy, whispering evidence is the most powerful weapon. The Gulf of Aden is a corridor where freight, fuel, and global trade pass by like blood through an artery. Pirates know it. They look for victims, for panic, for weakness. But they made a fatal mistake. They aimed for the one ship that never panics. Pirates want chaos. The Navy responds with control. Not firing was the fatal mistake. They aimed for the one ship that never panics. Pirates want chaos. The Navy responds with control. Not firing was not hesitation. It was dominance. Discipline is force. The destroyer could have engaged. It could have escalated. But instead, it won through restraint, presence, precision, posture. That is how the United States Navy wins without ever pulling the trigger. The pirates didn't back down because the Navy threatened them. They backed down because the Navy didn't need to. It hesitation. It was dominance. Discipline is force. The destroyer could have engaged. It could have escalated. But instead, it won through restraint, presence, precision, posture. That is how the United States Navy wins without ever pulling the trigger. The pirates didn't back down because the Navy threatened them. They backed down because the Navy didn't need to.